And somebody, I was going to say the next thing, and somebody mentioned in the chat too, do you ever send multiple versions? I think it's especially true with production where somebody's like, hey, but mixing as well, where it's like, hey, I want this. And I go, okay. And I have a way that actually isn't what they asked for. And it's clear that it's not what they asked for, but I think it's better. I'll send 2 versions. I'll send the thing that they wanted. And I go, but I also did this because I think this might be a little bit more of what you're feeling. And inevitably, just being able to hear both, they'll pick the one that I chose, because that's what we're being hired for, is to translate what they're feeling and trying to achieve into, you know, sometimes people will be like, I want the chorus bigger. Can you turn up the vocal? And as you and I have talked about, usually it's some other EQ thing or ducking something else or making space, or it's just a particular word that's not popping out or whatever. So that's really our job to do that, to parse through those notes.
I think multi-versions is an interesting subject to touch on for a few minutes.
Yeah, please.
It makes sense in the production and the mix. In a sense, you're getting hired for your confidence to say this is what it should sound like. So, and we've all had a million versions and we're looking for a final version. So I'm hesitant on sending multiple versions, though I'll do it specifically when I think something can be more open and dynamic. I might say, hey, here's your version, like a little bit more dense and limited. But here, if I just drop the group faders, here's a version of it more open and dynamic. It's still the same balances, so it still feels similar. But then, and that's rare. That's like 1 in 30 times I'll do that. And I notice, this is just coming to my brain now. I haven't really thought about this, but I started rewatching Mad Men from the beginning with my girlfriend, because she had never seen it. And when Don Draper shows up to pitch something, there's no backup. There's one idea. There's one idea. And I just thought about that now while we're talking. I'm pretty hardcore about that. I know a lot of mastering engineers will give 2. Like, I just got something back from Sterling and there's 2 versions, and I'm already like, I like both of them. Yeah,
that's master. So basically, I think the further you get onto the finishing part of the process,
I don't like it. I don't like options.
So that's a really important point. And thinking about it, I think obviously so many things very graphically. I'm always doing this apparently. That the earlier you are in the process, the more options can be a very good thing. The later you get in the process, people are hiring you or other people are being hired to help decide when it's done and know that it's done and have the expertise. So, you know, it's nice to give people options of things, but ultimately it's your ear as well that is what is being hired and your decision making. So and that's a really good point. So that's even when I said, I was like, I think this happens actually more in production than when I'm doing mixes. And look,
I'll do it sometimes. Oh my God.
I send no versions.
I love Mike. No version.
Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, all of this content is free. There's no secret knowledge here. We don't have sponsors. We don't run ads. We don't have a Patreon. All that we ask in return is that you share it with somebody. Thanks.